West Hollywood in Los Angeles is dubbed the Rainbow District of the historic Route 66. Today, I'm sitting down with West Hollywood's own Pickle. My first question, if you have like a PG-13 answer to this, how did you get your name?
It's not sexual at all. It's literally just, I was like, what do people like? Pickles. I like pickles.
I love it. I love it. So you have the title of Drag Laureate in West Hollywood. What does it mean? How did you get it?
The city wanted to create a position that celebrated drag and really elevated the art form to where it felt it belonged, which was sort of on a city level. So my position involves a lot of sort of ambassadorship, like doing city events and just making drag really visibly a part of the city and its functioning.
Yeah, and how have you enjoyed that?
I've loved it. I love being a Drag Laureate. It's basically as close to being Glinda the Good as you're ever gonna get.
What are some of the things, the parts that make up this neighborhood?
I would say that the Rainbow District is probably what people know the most. The Abbey is the big, like, sort of bar epicenter. But there's also, you know, the Pacific Design Center, which is this iconic building, gorgeous. West Hollywood is very shiny,
yes,
you know?
It's shiny, it's funky.
But it also represents so many underrepresented communities, and the city and the government really works hard to create opportunities to empower them.
Tony, executive director of One Gallery, has been an advocate for the voices and work of queer artists in West Hollywood for years.
So at the One Gallery here, this space is a partnership with the city of West Hollywood. This here was our most recent exhibition called It's Where I Belong. It was on the history of drag in West Hollywood and Los Angeles.
Wow. I'm really interested in more of the information on the One Institute.
So One Institute is unique in that we educate about queer history through the art. It was founded in the early 50s, specifically to start a magazine called the One Magazine. One of its features was letters to the editor. They would receive letters from LGBTQ plus people from all over the country in the early 50s, which was a window into what life was like then. In 1954, the Postmaster General in Los Angeles seized that magazine from distribution and charged the organization with obscenity. It went all the way to the Supreme Court in 1958 and won WON, that case in the 1950s. It was the first time a LGBT case was heard at the Supreme Court, and we won on free speech grounds. This is a decade before Stonewall.
Yeah.
And it opened up the proliferation of queer materials in the mail.
I'm an 80s baby, right? Born in '84, but my mother has always worked kind of like between the intersection of criminal justice and public health. And so she was in nursing school and graduating from nursing school, becoming nurse during the AIDS epidemic. And so I'm really curious in what the monument is representing here.
When your mom was in school in the 80s, that was when there was still a lot of misinformation. The AIDS Monument is very much about both remembering the people that we lost during the epidemic. Also, we want to honor the caregivers. And then importantly also, it's meant to honor the activists of that era. The activists has built a social movement unlike any that we'd ever seen before.
Way to put a memorial and like a stamp and a moment of celebration in this neighborhood. I think it's important, and I think it's in the perfect place. West Hollywood really does represent a lot of care. I love this, caregiving. Right off Sunset Boulevard, the Ole Henriksen Spa, owned by Van Soto, is a nice respite for anyone looking to relax, regroup, and release. About 30 minutes away from West Hollywood is Santa Monica. This is my first time at Santa Monica Pier, and I get the vibe they're going for. Definitely family fun, a cool date spot with friends or lovers, a nice lobster roll to chow down on, and a sense of accomplishment. Because historically, this pier is the official end of Route 66. From Chicago, Illinois, all the way to Santa Monica, California.